The treasure chest right here.
Yeah. Hey, what's going on? This is JP from Golfheadz, and this is my What's in the Bag. So we're not going to just focus on the clubs. We're going to cover all the accessories, all the gadgets that we use on the course. So the first thing I want to talk about before we get into the golf products is my Stanley mug. This thing was a gift for my wife that I ended up using, but I'm notorious for not drinking enough water, especially on the course. And a lot of the different mugs that I have don't fit in the cup holder. This thing, it fits perfectly in the cup holder. I get my H2O, and also this thing keeps your water cold for days. I've left this in my car for multiple days in the hot summer, and it's still ice cold. We got our push cart. So this is the Big Mac's push cart, very simple in design. It's very compact, so when you fold it, you can just leave it in your trunk and forget about it. So whenever we do decide to walk, although we do mix up walking and riding, I just leave it in there and I know it's there. So there's a big pouch that you can put all your valuables in as you're playing the rounds. There's also a lot of attachments you can add to customize it. So you can add a cup holder, umbrella holder. So there's a few things I need to upgrade. Going on to my bag, previously I was using a Sun Mountain golf bag, which I loved, but the legs broke, unfortunately. So I decided to grab this Nike Air Hybrid tune bag, which I saw at the Florida outlet. It was only $80, so it was kind of too hard to pass up on. It has all the pockets you need. It's really light for carry. Now going on to some of the accessories, just on the side of the bag here, I like to have multiple towels on the bag. One to clean the clubs, another one just to wipe your hands and whatnot. So I typically have 2 to 3 towels at all time. This particular one has the elephant print, Jordan inspired. This is from Grip Drip Golf. We also have golf shaft grips. That one here. I'm gonna add this to my clubs eventually, but they sent these over and it's pretty cool. It has the UNC colorway. They also have a putter one here that I just put in my bag. So eventually I'm gonna add these on, but I do have new clubs, so I don't necessarily have to change the grips right away, but you know, overall these are pretty dope. As you can see, I'm very basketball themed when it comes to my bag. I mean, I love basketball. That's my main sport and hobby growing up. Going into the rangefinder, so this is the Precision Pro NX10. One of their latest models. They did just release a new one recently. This one performs really well. So you get the slope adjusted yardage. When you zap it at a flag, it is super fast. Also vibrates when it connects with the target. So a lot of good feedback. So overall, really happy with it. It has a magnet that you can add to the card as well. And you can customize this piece here. So we added the Golfheadz logo. Definitely use this throughout the round. I also help Ash get some yardages. Before I forget, Groovit brush, magnet. This is a mini brush. It's cool with clubs. I'll give you some extra spin. Groovit. They also have the wet brush where you put water in it. I just like this because it's really compact.
Jay, see you switch over to the power cart.
Yeah, you know what? It's gonna be a slow day. Just want to relax, you know, back's hurting. Now moving on to the gloves. So I always like to stick my gloves on the handle of my bag. I feel like when I leave it in the pocket, it just crumples up, dries up, and it's all crusty. I can't even put my hand back in there. But this particular glove is from Callaway. So one day I just needed a new glove and I saw this in the pro shop and picked it up. It's a bit of a weather glove. So for me, I get sweaty palms in the hot summer, so it's pretty crucial to have a good glove when you're swinging a club with sweaty mitts. But this one, I realized, although it does have that regular look to it, the grip on this particular glove is amazing. So it's been holding up pretty well. But yeah, little trick here, if you got sweaty mitts, just leave it at the top of your bag and it'll dry up pretty nicely. Yeah, feels fairly new for the amount of use I got for it. And then I got one more glove here. So this is the FootJoy rain glove. So again, I got sweaty mitts all the time. It's been raining a lot here in Toronto, like a crazy amount. So typically go for a rain glove, and this has the little ball marker as well. In terms of balls, I pretty much just play what I get, maybe what I find on the course. But there's definitely different tiers of excitement when I find a ball. I play the TP5s a lot from TaylorMade. That's one of my go-tos, as well as the Pro V1s, of course. Like if I find this, I feel like I just made some cash on the course. So, you know, I'm happy with the Callaway, a Kirkland, a Vice ball. When it moves to the lower tier, like a top flight, then I'm just tossing those out. But yeah, TP5 and Pro V1s are my two go-tos. But in terms of the tees itself, I like the higher tees. I never really go out and purchase tees, but if I get invited to a private course and they're offering up free tees, I'll stack them up. Important rules on the golf course is to fix your divots. And also, if you find other divots, you should fix those too, because that gives you good energy for the next hole and probably help your swing. So this one I picked up at Oakdale. So this is where they played the RBC Canadian Open. This one here is a really cool one I got from Embrace Putters. So he did a limited run of these basketball jersey inspired divot tools. You can see here as a 8, 24, yellow and purple. We know who that is. That's the Bean, Kobe Bryant. You know, I was a big fan of Kobe pretty much his whole career, and Embrace actually made this before he passed away, so I've always held on to this. Cool thing to keep in the bag and kind of keep me motivated, because Kobe is very known for that. Couple ball markers, again, kind of just use what I have when I reach into the bag, but this is a poker chip one got from Ford and Golf. I also use this ball marker on my hat there. Sometimes I forget I have a ball marker on my hat, but getting used to keeping that on. Get your sunscreen. You don't want to burn to a crisp. I also had a friend who had skin cancer, and he's been outdoors a lot. He's an instructor, so he kind of went through all that, and it kind of just opened your eyes, because you never know when something like this can happen to you. So it's important to take care of your skin, you know, block out the UV rays. So I got the banana boat, the cool zone. This thing feels cool on the skin. We got our little tripod here in case we want to record some swings. Whenever I do pull this out though, I start shanking it, so it stays in the bag. And then we got the speaker, Precision Pro. This came with the rangefinder when I got it, and you got to blast some tunes sometimes. And so it has the magnet on the back, does the job. All right, so let's get into the slug. This is what I'm gaming for 2024. A lot has changed from the previous year. Some of these items I got fitted for, some I've kept for multiple years, and some I just kind of grabbed off the rack. Did some research, looking at reviews, and trying to learn as much about the club as possible. So I do have sort of a mixed bag. We'll start off with the wedges. These are the Vokey SM8s. I went with the 58, 54, and 50 degree wedges, and a lot of that decision making was just, why not just get those extra yards, kind of reduce the gap from the pitchy wedge. And so I've really adjusted to these new degrees. Before I was playing the 56, 52, and 60 degree. Probably gonna keep these for a while. Similar to Ash, I'm playing the Strixons, but these are the Mark II ZX5. So I did have the option to look at the ZX7 and ZX5s. Based on just the research that I did, say this is a bit more of a forgiving club from low to mid handicappers. Also adds a little bit of distance to your swing. So for me, especially at the time, I was making a lot of adjustments to my swing, and I figured, again, why not get the extra yardage? It does have a higher launch than the ZX7s. You do get that extra yardage, but also a bit less control and workability. But you could see here, there is a pretty high bounce, and it kind of tapers off here. This allows your takeaway to feel natural, but also you kind of get that bulkier iron head. So overall, I think you do feel the weight of the club, and maybe one day I'll probably do a combo set and add ZX7s into some of those irons. All right, so we'll move on to the hybrid. All right, so head cover from Pluto. Again, shout out to Pluto, those are our guys. I've had this club for years. I can't even count how many years. It's the RBZ, so the Rocket Ball 3 hybrid. Been taking a beating over the years. For the longest time, this has been my most trusty club, especially off the tee. You know, back in the day, if it was like a 200-yard shot, I'll just take a nice smooth swing with this. And, you know, it goes fairly straight. I think I'm in the market for a new hybrid because now it's launching about 220 total. A bit less control with this, but overall, haven't been using this as much as I used to, but I mean, again, got its use. Moving on to the 3-wood. So I just picked this up last year, late in the season, and this is the TSR2, and it's adjustable. So this was more the impulse purchase, I would say. Had a Golf Town gift card and figured maybe it's time for a 3-wood. Before that, I was playing the TaylorMade burner, so that's even more aged than the hybrid. The TSR, you know, I went to Golf Town and I was testing this versus the TSI, and I did notice a huge improvement and less dispersion with this particular 3-wood. So after like 10 swings, I just decided to pick it up. First, it was working out amazing, but you know, at the moment, not great. So I don't know. I got to figure this thing out. I don't know if it's a club. Could be my swing. I don't know. We got to put some more work into this club. All right. Moving on to the big dog. This is the QI10. TaylorMade invited us out to get a fitting at their TaylorMade HQ in Canada. And this was the first time I got fitted for a driver. I did have the previous TaylorMade drivers. I've always been a TaylorMade driver person, from the M4, M6 to the Stealth. But the QI10, I'm really enjoying out of all the different models. But a lot of that is with the shaft upgrade. I got the hazardous stiff shaft, low spin, 60 gram. That's what I got fitted for. Locking this in the season, it's been doing really well. So shout out to TaylorMade.
You got the OG Golfheadz head cover.
This is just a small run of head covers we did with Rawhide. So they're based in Canada. He actually does a lot of crazy designs. He did a cool Vince Carter painted head cover for us as well. Didn't quite match my bag, even though I do have some clashing colors here, but this one here, just nice leather material. Shout out to Rawhide. Now going on to my putter. So this is a Maker's Mark collab with Travis Matthew. So they sent over this with a pair of shoes. They had a very limited run, and definitely like the color of this particular head cover. Sort of matches the bag for the most part. And going on to the putter. So I've been gaming this for the past, I would say, 5 to 6 years. It's a Scotty Cameron Select Newport 3. You kind of see the neck kind of curve out as well. And then when you take a look at the color, so this was custom done by the Club Lab. So I sent this in, and at the time I was doing this whole Miami Vice theme, and they did this to match one of the head covers I had. But love how the colors pop against the black. There's a lot of great customization companies out there, but this was done from the Club. So shout out to the Club. And there you have it. That's my what's in the bag. I want to hear from you guys what you are playing in 2024. Also, if you have any recommendations on any upgrades, any new gadgets we should check out, just let us know. Peace out. Thanks for watching. Peace.